Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back. The time is 9:27 on this Thursday morning. It's the 22nd day of August, and we're back to our daily show here with Keegan, Charlie, and the Mercenaries Rugby. Is it a club or team? Okay, good, because I was nervous when I just saw that on the screen. I'm like, damn, I typed something in wrong. So how did this all come about?
So back in 2014, our team restarted. The original team is from the 80s, and it went through the early 2000s, disbanded in the early 2000s. In 2014, our team got brought back up, and it was brought back by previous players and their children. Actually came together and made their team.
My dad was on the team for a little while.
So we've been active since 2014 now.
Yeah.
Well, and now you guys are at Northside, right, doing your games? And
not the games,
St.
just
Louis.
practice.
Oh, okay.
So like we're on Northside Park in Alton, but normally we play our games in St. Louis. And normally like when we play like our home games, it's on Glazebrook Park. You know, we play it in there. So
gotcha. So you're
in
over
Godfrey.
Yeah.
So like we practice, our games in Godfrey, but we practice like I guess in Northside, Northside Park, which is in Alton, but it's kind of like the middle area.
Right next to my house.
Alton and Godfrey.
Yeah, right next to me. Well, and now take me through the league as a whole. What are some of the sights and sounds of it? Because when I think of rugby, I think that a little ass like me is going to get killed within about 2 minutes. That's what they all say.
I can play, you can play.
That's what they all say until Allstate calls me and says my life insurance is null and void,
Yeah.
But you do well in it?
Well, I'm like the smallest guy on my team, but like we do well. Like I ask questions like that's why my nickname's Q, because I ask like tons of crazy like questions like people get sick of it. But like I'm like 160 pounds, like 5'9", but even though like I get I'm really suck at tackling, so I've been really improving and working on that. And from the beginning, like my first year of adult rugby playing on the Mercenaries was last year, and until now, the club and the team has really like helped me improve my rugby skills. And
that's cool.
So
that's really cool.
With the Mercenaries, we accept 18 plus. As far as unfortunately, you have to be an adult, and all experience, no experience required whatsoever.
Yeah. Just show up.
With that, it's a we have coaching and training staff that consists of former college players,
wrestlers,
former college wrestlers, former
football players,
longtime players, and
D1,
then
D2, D1, D2,
USA Rugby certified officials. We play in the Mid-America Rugby Union as a D3 team, so that means that we are the lowest level that still has an opportunity to go towards a national championship. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
We're
not the best.
We have the opportunity to go to a super regional if we do well within the season and win out in the Union championship. Then we go to a super regional, and then after that it continues on to the national. With that, there's always always the fear of, well, how do I afford that? I can't afford to travel and leave for that. The nice thing is the Mid-America Rugby Union and USA Rugby both do support that.
Oh, sweet.
And then we are a 501c3 organization, so we always accept donations. That helps us. A lot of times we use that for help to get new uniforms, which we are actually in the current process of looking to get new uniforms, as well as different things, how equipment to set up our fields, and just general training for our staff, and as well as tournament entry and such, so that we can spread out across the Midwest, I should say.
I think this is really cool because just hearing going back to that D3 division you guys are in, I think that's perfect for this area because I'm sure rugby's still a little bit newer for some folks, and it's kind of intimidating when you go over to St. Louis and watch those guys practice. Okay, like we've all seen the meatheads, and I don't know if that's D1, but what they're
D1,
on would
definitely.
make Brock Lesnar's head explode. That's jet fuel. That ain't steroids, and it's not. But these guys are monsters. So whenever we know that we can go to a welcoming spot to learn a new sport, because hell, I've never played rugby before. I'm a soccer player, so it's not going to last long. You know what I'm saying? But I can learn, and it's nice to know that you guys are willing to help people get better, just like you did, man.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you say you're a soccer player. I mean, I don't care what sport you've played; it transitions into rugby.
Does it really?
In some way or another. You have soccer, you're good at speed, you're good at kicking. Well,
Endurance.
those are three great things that transition to rugby. Football players, you have the people who can take a hit, people who give a hit.
Yeah.
Even
wrestlers, grappling, bringing people
being
down
able
to the ground,
do takedowns,
rucking over, scrums.
So I've seen that, okay? Especially in the Australian Rugby League.
Yeah.
Those guys should be signed by WWE. I mean, we're
Seriously.
seeing damn near suplexes and spine busters out
Yeah.
there on that field.
And it's funny you say that because the rules and regulations within rugby, as they call them, the laws, it makes rugby safer than football.
That is true. That is true.
Can we expand on that? And why so?
Of
So
course.
like just my experience. I've been playing rugby for over 10 years now.
Okay.
Started when I was young. I never had an injury, not once. I got some Charlie horses, but I never broke a bone. I never really experienced some traumatic, injuries of sorts. Now it's different from people like my friend Maurice. He broke his eye socket during a game. He got kneed right in the face, but he plays a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more hard. It's about picking your moments. But I guess the tackling rules and how rugby is set up, is aiming below. In football, there's high tackles and all that type. Really, you tackle, you just bring the guy to the ground, essentially.
Right.
As long as you don't grab as long as you don't do a horse collar or grab him by the face mask, you're good.
Right.
In rugby, it's from the chest down.
Chest down.
Only.
Yeah.
Anything above is illegal and causes
And you can get
is a
kicked out of the
penalty.
game. The whole it's called a red card. They take that
like
so
soccer.
seriously. And, if you hit above here, they'll put a red card on you and you're out of the game.
Now, do you
The
go
whole
down?
game.
Does your team go down the player too? Do you lose out on that
Yes,
position?
exactly like soccer.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It's
honestly,
really strict.
in
It's
the
real
time
strict.
that I've played for several years myself, and in the men's league, and at the end of the day, everybody knows we're D3, and everybody knows that, and everybody knows that while we're playing matches on Saturday, everybody knows on Monday we all have to go back to work, so nobody's looking to hurt anybody.
Yeah, we're just having fun and
versus-
getting exercise in. Yeah.
Versus some of the football clubs in the area that it almost seems like they're trying to go pro.
Yeah.
We all understand that none of us are pro. This is a passion,
It's a
not
passion,
a
fun.
profession.
Yeah.
And someone like the D1, D2 rugby clubs, like Bombers, for example, great team. I know,
Right.
I have some.
Right.
I know some. I have some friends on the Bombers, and they're great
True.
athletes, stellar athletes. But they take that stuff seriously. It's almost like a job to them. They actually won the national championship for club rugby last year. So luckily we're in we're a D3 club, so we want to be competitive, but we all know this is mostly for fun and exercise, and it's a passion to play rugby.
Well, let me ask.
Recruit around this area.
Right. Well, let me ask you both this because we're going to take a break and we'll come back. I got to pay a bill. But what's the best part about being a part of the Mercenaries? Is it the camaraderie? Is it actually going out on the field? I'll ask both of you the question.
Go ahead.
So, for me personally, it's the camaraderie because I played football in high school and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't really camaraderie. More like it was mostly everybody for themselves and everyone wants to start. There wasn't really that team building bond there. But with rugby, it's so funny. We all have our nicknames. We all go on each other. Most times on me, but I'm the butt of the joke. But we all hang out after our rugby clubs. We have a thing called a social, and we go to a bar. I can't go to the bar, but we go to the bar. We go to the bar. We drink. We eat. It's a good time. And
It really is a family.
it's a
family-oriented
social
event.
thing. Yeah.
Really cool.
I'll say my favorite part is just the whole rugby experience.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, you're talking everything from, as he said, the camaraderie, the social afterwards. We with Mercenaries have done all kinds of great things. From supporting each other. We had a player who recently had a child who was very sick, and everybody, without hesitation, everybody stepped up to help that player, his
Really
family,
cool.
and that child.
I was praying fast.
We had a couple years ago, we had another player who was having some troubles, and we helped him get a service dog.
Yeah.
We've helped individuals, it becomes almost a family.
It is.
We've helped individuals get jobs and promotions and help write resumes because we come from all walks of life. We have everyone from union individuals to teachers to people who have degrees, and we have people who have master's degrees and people who have no
All
degree but
walks
have
of
worked
life. pretty much
everywhere. You know, so it is a huge undertaking, but it is a family. I got married recently, and my entire side was rugby.
That's cool.
I wasn't there, but yeah.
So it.
Why wasn't he there?
He's under 21.
Oh, okay. I was just trying. I thought there was a rip going. Well, hey, why don't we do? We got to take a quick pause. I got to take a break. Before we do that, let me fill you in on Village Dispensary, one of my supporters of this show. At Village Dispensary, it's all things green all the time. They got a stash and inventory that make Cheech, Chong, Snoop Dogg, Harold, and Kumar jealous. You know, it's like Weedtopia over there. What I think's great about Village Dispensary is that the fact that if you go in, we've all been to Casey's with that idiot that gets $400 worth of lottery tickets and they're all losers. We're sitting there for 4 hours. Not at Village Dispensary. If you don't know what you're wanting for cannabis, they have an educational area. So they'll pull you to the side. They'll figure out what works best for you, and they can keep all of us that know what we want in and out faster than you can say up and smoke. You can go to villagedispo.com right now and find their amazing selection of tinctures, topicals, edibles, bud, concentrates, my dab pen, the Arrow. You can get 25% off pretty much once a week, and everyday special. Go to villagedispo.com right now to place your order, and don't forget to tell them that CJ sent you over their way, because it's a joint effort. Hey, before we take a quick break, just a little bit of an update again on this very tragic breaking news this morning. An investigation is underway in this officer-involved shooting near Liberty and 6th Street. There was a large police presence, including Illinois State Police. They've been involved in this investigation. It happened at approximately 6:05 a.m. when the Alton Police Department requested assistance in an officer-involved shooting investigation. Preliminary reports show that officers from Alton Police Department did engage in gunfire with the suspect in the 700th block of East 6th Street. The suspect transported to an area hospital and pronounced deceased at the hospital. One officer from the Alton Police Department was struck and transported to an area hospital. No information yet on the officer's condition, but we will keep you updated. A canine was also struck and is receiving care at a local veterinary hospital for critical injuries. This story developing, but RiverBender.com will keep you up to date on all the details as they roll out. At 9:39, a little bit of change. More of our daily show after this on RiverBender.com.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team. We've got showing.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
A little bit of ELO. A lot of the Mercenaries Rugby Club. Did I spell rugby right? I feel like did I? I don't know. It's like one of those weird things, like they and their, or like the two theirs.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it. And it's not a word you're looking at often.
It's not. It should be though, because you guys are going to learn about the Mercenaries Rugby Club. So when do you guys practice?
So our practices are Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. They're at North Park on Rosier Street here in Alton.
Northside Park, yeah.
And we're currently scheduled to participate in a tournament on September 7th. And then after that, we have 5 more matches that are scheduled on Saturdays through the end of September throughout October. And then we'll pick up again in the spring. The fun thing about rugby is there's a fall, a spring, and a summer session. With Mercenaries Rugby, we want players that are going to be there for all 3. But we understand that at the end of the day, we do all have to work, and everybody has to make a living.
Right.
I unfortunately can't take rugby as a full-time job.
Who could though? I mean, right now
there are people. There are
there
people.
really?
Yeah.
Good for them.
We're lucky enough that we are actually in a very interesting area. Lindenwood University is actually one of the top rugby programs in the country.
Yeah,
Principia's got a good program.
Principia's got a fantastic program as well.
Whoa! I would have never thought that.
A couple years ago, they won the D2 championship for rugby in the country.
Oh my!
And then they moved up to D1.
Good for them.
Well, they recruit people from out of the country.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So they're pretty advanced.
To use a rugby term, we call them funny talkers. They bring in the funny talkers. It's a term of endearment, of course.
Okay.
That is not in any way a negative thing.
Okay. Just
derogative
good
whatsoever.
Good follow up.
I want to make sure that I use that.
I don't need to be canceled here.
No, I don't want you canceled whatsoever. They are great. So they get a lot of individuals from South Africa and
those guys can.
And that's
a Croatia player actually showed up to our practice a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Plays at Prin.
What does that mean for you guys though when you can start involving that? And what happens if all of a sudden some Principia guys go, well, hell, man, let's go have some fun with the Mercenaries?
Unfortunately, due to how regulations and they are not allowed to play across. They can choose one or the other. So.
Interesting.
If somebody from Principia is to stay in the area, more than welcome after they graduate, they can come over.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I would hate for them to lose something from their school in order to come play with us. Not that I wouldn't ever want them on my team. They're fantastic athletes. I love seeing them. But I also understand, like I said, that I'd much rather see them succeed on
It's an eligibility thing,
yes,
yeah.
It's an eligibility thing. And that's with USA Rugby. That's a whole ordeal there. So, we have to find sources elsewhere, correct? Right? And, we have Lindenwood, who has a fantastic program, who has multiple sides, more than just
A, B, C, D, probably E side.
So they have multiple sides, lots of players who join many of the local rugby teams. We have in D3 we have 7 local D3 teams that range from right here in St. Louis to out in Columbia to down in Springfield, Missouri. Yeah, that are all D3. And that's one of the nice things about how our league works with being on where we're located. All of our playing is in the greater St. Louis area with one travel game to either Columbia or Springfield, Missouri.
Well, that's a nice travel.
I guess Carlinville. I guess that's when we meet halfway. So
But
That we did
that's all
last
for
year.
league play. We do offer, obviously, we play out of league opportunities. Springfield, Illinois has a team.
Yeah.
The Springfield Celts, and we'll travel to them or they'll travel to us. Peoria has a team, the Peoria Piggies, and again, we'll travel to them or they'll travel to us. There are teams elsewhere that we travel to for tournaments. A couple years ago, we went to Louisville.
Who has the best facility? Because I can only imagine some of the character in some of the. Does some of the fields have character? Or are they all beautiful?
Our
it's
field definitely has character because our lines were all marked and everything. Got 2 plastic poles, put them up for our field goal posts and all that.
Cool, man. I like that.
So,
That's fun.
We have to innovate. We're very intuitive.
But you got to be when you're starting out. You can't expect the world.
Yeah,
it develops into that stuff.
Sure.
Of course.
Cool.
And one of the things that you find with rugby is it's fun to play on a new field. Most ruggers love to play on a new pitch.
Ruggers?
Rugby players. Ruggers.
I love that term. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I got a question, and I'm being I have a bug up me today. I'm full of energy, and we're getting stuff done. But let's just say this. What happens if maybe an alder person says, why don't we provide you with 2 rugby field goals on Northside Park? Would that help you? Because it's an open field.
We only got one light.
We do have an issue at Northside Park, unfortunately. They do have a light pole in the middle of the field.
Oh, that's right, because that's where center field was. Well, that's where the baseball field was, and the light overtook center field.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Now, we were trying to go out to Gordon Moore, and that was where we planned to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everyone knows the situation out there. But that's where we were originally looking to go and play at one of their football fields.
a couple years ago. There. Yeah.
We do have the
Got knocked out.
we do have the disadvantage that you find that a rugby pitch is larger than a soccer pitch.
Yeah.
It's larger than a football.
How big
field.
is it?
It's 100 meters.
Oh,
It's bigger than a football field.
Yeah.
It's
try
like a
to
soccer
try.
field. It's literally a soccer field with 2 field posts on either end.
well, soccer. I thought that's 100 yards too, or isn't soccer?
So
no,
we
it's
have the 100 meters, but then we
Okay.
also have an additional 10 meters. on
That's
each
what
end.
I was.
That is our try zone.
Yeah. What's a try zone? Because I see this all the time.
That's your score. That's your touchdown, if you will.
Okay.
That is the area that you're going to, you want to get to. And unlike football, rugby, you have to put the ball on the ground.
That's why it's called a touchdown.
That's why. Versus just stepping into the zone.
Yeah.
So you have to put the ball.
Put the ball
You have
down.
to control the ball to the ground.
It
If you
adds
don't,
a different element.
Can you educate me here? What are the point scales? Because I see some people kick field goals.
Yeah.
How many points is it? How do you kick a field goal? Do you opt for that? I'm not being funny. I truly don't
You
know.
got to actually drop the ball on the ground and then kick it afterwards. It's called a drop kick. And if you're doing that, in just in regular play, go through the goal post, you get like 3 points.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wonderful.
So just like football, there is a conversion after a try.
Okay.
In which you get to kick. Now, unlike football, you don't get to kick from the most ideal situation right in front. You have to go from a spot based on where you touch it down. That's why you see a lot of rugby players, when they score, they try to get as close to the goalposts as they can, because then they're more centered on that kick for the conversion.
Totally gotcha. See, they make it easy for football players. It's just so light for them,
Yeah.
I'm going to get my butt kicked right when I leave the studio today. I got a lot of football players.
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a hold of some of the rugby players to help you out.
Well, let me ask you this, because we've been talking for 30 minutes already.
Sure.
How do we sign up? How do we get involved in this? When do you meet? Let's go through all the FAQs, and we can add that to our article and get some folks out there.
Absolutely. We have Facebook. It's Mercenaries Rugby. We also have Instagram, which is Metro East Rugby Club, which is actually how we got our names. Mercenaries, Metro East Rugby Club.
Cool.
That's how we got our name originally. We also, you can just show up to practice. That's
also
perfectly
another option.
acceptable. You can show up to practice on Tuesdays or Thursdays at 6 p.m. at Northside Park here in Alton.
Bring your friends.
And we also have contacts of the team captain and myself. I am our registered head coach because I've got a certification from USA Rugby that allows me to be a head coach. We also have like I said, we have several individuals in our coaching and training staff who are there to lead us on to be more successful at the end. And we can provide that information for those contacts as well.
Absolutely. Well, Charlie Keegan, fun talking to you. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
And we'll make sure to link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. Before we take a quick pause, let me fill you in on Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling, another friend of the show that keeps us alive and breathing. At Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling, for 30 years, Denise was the queen of junk. She'd go in to do demos on rental properties. If your hot tub was falling apart in your yard, your neighbors reporting you to the city, she got it out of there. Now she's doing trash service because a lot of people aren't the happiest with their current options. So she decided after 30 years to make the change in those purple, yellow trash cans popping up there mating like bunny rabbits all across Madison County. You can be a part of the craze too by going to sparksjunkremoval.net. Click on the weekly trash service tab. You fill out your information. The Queen of Junk's calling you, and you're starting your journey with the Queen of Junk and now the Queen of Trash right now today. You got to go to sparksjunkremoval.net and reclaim that space today.